doing the live. Apparently we're live, so hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. I'm old edition. I am turning 35 this week. I'm not doing the stream like on the day because I literally won't have time. Could do it afterwards, but it's literally sort of meeting halfway in the middle in terms of the timing of the birthday. So fuck it. Might as well be today. I'll be too old anyway to remember to do it next time, so you know it's fine. At least this time, no double stream. No fucking double stream, and I spent quite a long time beforehand making sure that didn't happen. Because I was genuinely worried that it was going to happen again. It's just it seems to work by making sure that you have to do more than would likely be necessary in any other circumstance to make sure that it just doesn't go fucking weird. So it is what it is. It is whatever. How are we all doing today? And thank you, young pup. I don't feel young. I feel very old. It's the fact that I kept getting reminded by Google that my birthday was coming up. It was like, hey dude, you're old. And I'm like, oh fuck, am I? And I've had to check with Mrs. Sic more than once exactly how old I am. More times than I probably should. I mean, they go on about fathers don't tend to know their kids' birthdays. And now, no wonder, they probably don't know their own fucking birthday. How are you doing, Babylicious?
Tired.
I'm tired. Just getting hit by the, as we move into winter. It's all fucking downhill from here. Happy upcoming post-conception evacuation anniversary. Nice. You're sober? I don't know why. Stop. Have you tried not being sober? That's the best way I've ever learned to deal with it. Right, I think we can make this chat just a little bit bigger, smaller. Why aren't you doing anything?
You just moved.
I've moved what?
You made it bigger.
Yeah. Did I make it bigger and not see? I thought I could make it longer. Oh well.
That's what she said.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, so the anniversary of our 21st birthday. I like that. That's a good way to put it. But yeah.
For my 21st birthday, my mum organised a party for my sister for her 20th. And she kind of combined my birthday with my sister's party.
And invited everybody you knew.
Invited all of my sister's friends and everything. And then she went, oh, well, I went on your Facebook and I invited everybody on there, and then one person showed up.
Yeah, she tried to invite everybody for both of you, but just, like, no fucker turned up.
Yeah.
What, except for one childhood friend, which was super weird, and now...
Super weird, because I never spoke to her before that.
But I think she's a good girl, because she sends Christmas cards, and she invited us to her wedding and everything. It's just a little weird, because you feel the disconnect from her. She seems nice enough.
My childhood wasn't the best, so
no.
I don't really connect well to it.
Donate a kidney and you're a hero. Donate 15 and people start asking questions. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm old. Best birthday present came from YouTube, partially from... It wouldn't have happened if Conspiracy Cats hadn't offered a collab. And he offered me the video. He was the one who found the video I did. And for some reason, that video has done ridiculously well. Or at least in terms of... It's done the sort of numbers that I had been getting previously, like last year or so. So that's very nice to see again. And I wonder if I can keep up that momentum and have a little bit of extra growth. That would be really fucking great. But me being me, instead of being really happy about it, I've spent the last 2 days being anxious about it. And when the sort of the high is going to just fucking barrel through the floor of my of my YouTube channel and just tear it to pieces, because that's what I always expect. But it was really great. We would have had Conspiracy Cats on today, but he double booked himself. I offered, said, I'm doing the thing I always do on Monday. And he said, yeah, that sounds cool. And then he messaged me this morning. He's like, so's boss. And, his loss. No, he's a pretty cool dude. I like him. So yeah. Maybe next week, maybe never. Who the fuck knows? But I have actually spoken to him. We spoke a few times while we were doing things. But yeah, good bloke. And considering how well his videos tend to do, mine has completely fucking obliterated his for reasons that I cannot fucking figure out or justify in any way, shape, or form.
Apparently, Nook Chorish is burning.
Oh. Well, 110 Fahrenheit, I hope. Otherwise, he would literally be boiling alive. I'm going to assume that that's Fahrenheit or freedom degrees.
Freedom degrees, yeah.
Happy birthday. I've had 2 bottles of wine for my birthday last week. Cracking one open now. Extended birthday! Yeah! It's going to be one hell of a shock to the system when I go back to school on Thursday. Like, holy fuck, when do your kids go back to school? Happy birthday, mate. The kids go back to school next week, and the fucking plan is so confusing.
We are going to do a phased thing so children can be accommodated into our new school system. But then the following week, everybody's going back anyway. 1 week of,
2 days here for these lot and 1 day here for this year, and then the next week it's at least from what they've said, it seems to be that they'll just go 1 week of not, and then 1 week of just straight back in.
One of the bonuses, they start school at 9:15 now.
So 15 minutes of extra sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wine, ew. I like wine. It has to be white wine. I can't drink red wine to save my life. Mostly because it makes my head very, very, very heavy.
I like rosé.
Red wine feels like it fills from the bottom of my brain and up. So I just get heavier and heavier and my brain starts to slosh. It's a fucking weird feeling. And it also doesn't taste great. You're going to phaser children? Yeah, well, they had it coming.
No, the stupid thing is, I end up having to ask one of the other mums for all the information. She got letters and emails and all sorts. We got fuck all.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we were like, I have no idea what's going on. All I know is if we don't send them back on this date,
we'll get in trouble.
We're going to get fined.
Yeah, so we're just going to leave them outside the school for a couple of weeks. It'd be great. Get them a tent, not a camp. Get them a whole camp. Several tents all outside. No.
Apparently they're going back 1 day and then they're going to have time off and then they're going back again and then having time off again. And then the following week, everybody's going back to school. So I don't know what's the point of phasing it in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy it. And I think that it's going to be a lot of... I've already set it up. I said I was going to set it up last week. I've actually done it now. The kids now have a computer each. And I managed to find basically what are considered school headphones, because obviously with 2 computers they need 2 sets of sound, blah, 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 blah. And these just really chonky, very cheap, and sound okay headphones that got them today. But you could throw these things through a fucking window and they wouldn't. The window would just completely smash. Even though they don't weigh anything either. But... yeah, that's all set up.
Discrimination sucks. If a girl says she has a lot of sex, she's ashamed. If I say it, I'm a liar.
No, I think you're a terrible person for all the sex that you definitely have, Illuminous Poo. You're welcome. But, yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's the North. Yeah, that's what happens in the North. There's lots of sirens.
Oh, yeah.
They go off pretty much daily.
If the window is open during the stream, expect to hear dirt bikes, some dickhead driving his car as loudly as possible.
Or beeping the horn.
He's been doing that. There's some fuckwit who has been driving up and down the streets at like 2 a.m, going, and it echoes ridiculously.
I know what it is.
An asshole.
They used to, Friday nights, they used to race down in town.
Right.
Because the streets are dead.
Yeah.
And you'd hear them, and then like 20 minutes later you hear cop cars.
Yeah.
Now, I think they're shifting further away from town up towards us.
Ah, nice. Well, yeah, that's an asshole that's fun to deal with, and it's more than likely, because of the lack of vehicles, like even more so at night. The north is the damn Wild West, I tell you. It is a scary place full of peoples with very strange accents
And racists. Jesus Christ, there's so many racists up here.
Oh, how you doing, Dan? Dan the Music Man. Because that was fucking original.
If you're feeling crap because you can't go to pubs and stuff because of Corona, you should go check out Dan's streams. He does them every night.
Most nights, I think it's...
Except Sundays, he said. But yeah, we ended up having a session with him, and it felt like we're down at the pub. It was really nice.
It was really nice. We're planning on doing it again at some point. We don't always have the time, but the first time we found out about it from Creaky Blinder, we both just shouted him out, and he had... it was a significant amount more people than usual, wasn't it, mate? And it was good fun. It was really good fun. It just felt... The way he's set up his audio, it sounds like it does in the pub. And it's really... It was a bit of a joy. It was a bit of a joy. I genuinely enjoyed it. No, madman. Don't send him to a school. Wait, who am I not sending to school? I don't get to send anybody to school. I have to send my kids to school, but that's not really my choice. It's a flat earther trying to use echolocations to prove that water finds its own level. I'm hoping that he does crash into the sea. I'm not going to lie. BRB, I'm going to take a shit and grab a cuppa. Either or, in either order. At the same time. I'm going to get a cup of shit. Happy birthday to me. Are you an old today? Thank you, Undead Otter. Yeah. So, I'm definitely quite old. I thought you were waving at me then. You're just fucking about with your hands.
What?
It's just, you're doing this thing that is completely useless, me showing it to you. You know,
I'm rubbing dead skin off my hands.
Hot.
What? I get eczema a lot, so I have loads of dead skin.
What is Mrs. Sic doing behind you? She's not behind me. She's in front of me. I'm hiding because I'm old. That was what that was supposed to represent.
Well, that went down well.
What happens in the night doesn't matter. Sleep on. Happy birthday, dummy. You deserve the best education in life. So do I, besides my errors. It's all well and good. Things not mattering what's happening at night, but then if they keep you awake because they're that fucking loud. And I'm a light sleeper. Jesus fucking Christ, am I a light sleeper? You can sleep through it, usually.
I'm dead, me.
But
nothing wakes me up.
Unless it does wake you up, where you will not go back to sleep out of sheer bloody-minded stubbornness.
No, if I'm up, I'm up.
Just curious, are the knife/coat/hanger/acid/language violence as bad as I've been told? I'm confused by that sentence.
Coat hanger violence.
Oh, as in fucking in the north. I mean, I've never seen it up close.
Certain areas are pretty bad, but most of the time it's okay.
Was I the oldest or youngest in my year? I was the oldest. I was at the start of the year, not the end. So that was nice in its own way.
You get to go to school on your birthday.
Oh my god, that was the worst fucking thing in the goddamn universe as a kid. My fucking birthday, probably about... I mean, it's not a lot of times that you go to school, but whatever. But I've probably had a dozen birthdays on the day back to school. And it is unfucking believably awful. Sometimes it was the last day of the year. Sometimes it was at the weekend, and I was like, thank fucking Christ. But Oh my God, the amount of times I had my birthday on the day back to school. No one has known the sort of struggles that no one ever in the history of life. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing now. I don't give them. I've forgotten that it was I literally didn't realize how close my birthday was until Google fucking reminded me, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Didn't even occur to me. And I like my birthday. That's the thing. A lot of people say, oh, birthdays are rubbish when you're older, blah, blah, blah. But I like the fact that it's my birthday. Because I'm one of those people who's like, right, I'm going to do things because it's my birthday. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to do this. I would say I'm going to go out, but that's not going to fucking happen. But, you know, I'm someone who will do stuff on their birthday. I was always doing exams on my birthday. Oh, that's pretty harsh too. But
I wanted to do something on my birthday.
This birthday?
Yeah, my 30th.
Yeah, but we were all stuck.
I went to pot.
Well, there were plans, weren't there? I got these cryptic messages from her mother going, oh, don't tell her, but we're going to do this thing. And it was about fucking McDonald's or something stupid like that. And I'm like...
The fuck?
I think that's what... Did I not tell you?
No.
I think... Maybe I'm just remembering it.
Freaking... I'm 30, not 6. Taking me to fucking McDonald's.
I think we were going to meet at McDonald's. Knowing your mum, it was probably going to be a red herring. Like, oh, take her out to McDonald's, get her really pissed off at you, and then we're going to go to this other fucking nice restaurant. Or at least nice for your mum. And then...
My mum's bad at choosing restaurants, though.
When it was your... actually, on the one where people were invited, like your sort of kid time, the girl's godmother type person. We use the word godmother. We've appropriated it. But we went out to a reasonably nice restaurant, I seem to recall. God, we had no fucking money then. Jesus Christ.
I know, God.
It's amazing.
I really fucking hated it as well. That was one of the big things when we had no money. And it felt like people were pitying me every time that they took me out and stuff.
Oh, I didn't feel that. I was like, way, free stuff.
I hate being pitied. And it really fucked me off. And it's like, it's all right, I'll get it. And I'm like, ugh.
But I don't think it was ever pity. The only person who ever did it because they understood was probably Bestie. And he just wanted to hang out with us.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it like that. I felt like the reason he did it for selfish reasons.
He did it because he wanted someone to go out with.
He wanted to get
and
pissed.
he knew we would go out
He
with
wanted
him.
to get drunk with someone. So that was a selfish reason. I never felt like he bit pitted. It was just sort of like he paid because he wanted to get out.
Yeah, and he had the money. It was he had a good job for the age that he was in, the age range, and not a lot of expenses and all that. But yeah,
no, I hate the whole. Oh, it's okay. I'll get it for you.
It was so funny though.
I fucking hate it.
The first
Make me
Christmas.
feel worse than I already do.
The first Christmas, I finally had a bit of scratch, and then I was happily buying rounds. Like we'd go out for Christmas, and my mum's fella really likes to go to the pub before we have the tea. He's very traditional and all that shit, and yeah. And I always had to buy a round, and I was just always fucking dreading it. Because it was a lot of money. I didn't really want to go out with him. But, you know, you had to because blah, 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 blah. Getting drunk is selfish. You could do things for selfish reasons that are nice.
It's not about getting drunk. It was, he wanted to go out.
Yeah. He wanted to have fun with people that he liked, and he knew that we would.
But we couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So he would pay for us. So he did it for himself, essentially.
I mean, I wouldn't call it selfish. I think that's the wrong word for it. But it conveys the sort of idea. And he's been paid back many times since, you know, I've had any fucking money. But I was saying, so we would go out and on, like, Christmas Eve. Or
why have you got proper cola?
Because it was the only one they had for a little bit. So I bought a couple of bottles and I'm getting rid of it. It's actually quite nice. But, yeah, I hated buying rounds. And I that's where I felt shitty for being poor. And I think he thought that I was just being tight. But it's like, no, you know, a fucking £30 round. That's a lot of goddamn money. That was a couple of weeks worth of food for us at the time. And he was expecting me to spend it for something that's going to last half an hour. And I wasn't fucking happy with that. But the first time, you know, like I said, I had some scratch. I just bought a fucking round. And he's like, oh, well, you didn't have to do that. It's like, well, I can do it now. I'm perfectly happy to do it now. I jumped at the chance to do it because it made me feel better. But a lot of people just don't get sort of poverty. And we had a period of pretty abject poverty. Not as bad as some other people get. You know, we figured out how to get things and how to...
Homer wants you to do another spirit science video. Oh, Jesus, that's very bright orange. Fucking hell.
Happy birthday, young fella. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm reading it this because you called me young fella, so that's what you get. Rule of 72. Be dependable for yourself and the missus and child. Childs. We have twins. For some fucking reason.
My fault.
Your fault.
My fault.
Technically speaking, her fault. Just because my jizz is amazing. Doing a spirit science video. Oof. I know it's been enough time because I only like to do one once a month at most. But the next bit of the video, I'm going to have to spend some time figuring out exactly how I'm going to cover it. Because the last bit of it took me a while to figure out how the fuck I'm going to approach it. Thankfully, I'm getting into the period of the month where I have several sort of things that I'm doing as series. So it's always my favourite time of the month because it means that I don't have to find something to do, or I don't have to go around begging for people to find me things to do. Thank you, Mordengard. Well, it's all good. We can wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow for what? You're not getting a spirit science video for fucking ages. At least a week. Probably longer. Probably a lot longer. How much is a bottle of Jack Daniels in your region? Depends on size and when you buy it. But at full price, a litre is like 30 quid? Slightly more than 30 quid, I think. Might be 32.
Depends on the
brand. And the 70 cl standard size is 25. He said Jack Daniels.
Oh, Jack Daniels.
Specifically, Jack Daniels is way overpriced. I mean, it's nice. I like it.
Depends. Sometimes it's like 35 quid. And then it goes down occasionally. But it's usually 35 quid.
The 70 centilitre is 25 and it goes down to 18 or 16 sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's usually when I pick up a bottle. I'm going to wait a little while before I have kids. I don't want to be a dad at 15. Probably a good plan. I'm going to say good idea. That's the most legitimately good idea I think. I forgot your super chat. Oh dear, I'm getting weird, horrible burps.
Was it a super chat or a stream thing?
I don't know. No. I don't see it.
It hasn't come up.
I don't see one. We try and get them all. There's Luminous Poo. Oh, there he is. The Stalin speech is this. Kill one person is a tragedy, kill 10 million. It is a statistic. Okay. Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Does it say it should have said happy birthday at the end. That would have been a quality thing. There you go. You're welcome. Twins, congrats. Sorry, Mrs. Good luck. Do you know what? They've been fine. That's about it.
Scroll down.
They're good girls. Oh, sorry. Handle is 1.75 cl. We don't have a 1.75 cl size. It's 0.70 or 1 litre. I mean, there probably is bigger ones, but we don't really sell them. Like, I'm assuming that a handle is a bottle that has the kind of handle that you put your hand through, and you just don't get that. I can't say I've ever seen one anyway. It's probably a legal requirement.
I don't know. I know shit about alcohol. I just drink it.
I know you can buy a barrel, and that'll cost you a couple of grand.
The little kegs are cute though.
Oh, what, the little kegs of beer?
Is it beer in it?
Mostly.
I don't know. I thought they were really cute, and they have a little tap on them.
I would have a little wooden barrel of whiskey. That would be fucking awesome. That would probably cost a shitload though. Hopefully the youngins inherited Mrs. Sic's helmet and not yours, you big stupid bastard. I think he's trying to call my helmet ugly, which is just cruel. Why is Mrs. Sic's sword transparent? Because
of blending, and
yeah.
I didn't put a background on it, and the tits are lopsided.
Yeah.
I know.
It was something she banged out in not a lot of time.
I did it
and she's never fixed it.
I did it in like an hour, so yeah.
She spent a lot more time on mine than she did on her one for her own. At least you only have to remember one birthday with twins. Can do joint presents. We try not to. We try and get them something each.
We do things like we have.
It's my birthday because I'm old.
If it's expensive, it's a sharing present.
Yeah, they're good at sharing.
Yeah, they really like sharing. Sharing is caring.
Any advice on how to deal with incredible stupids without vomiting with rage? I keep wanting to do unsophisticated things to people on Failbook. The best thing is to just not get angry about it.
There's no point being angry about it.
Don't let them get under your skin. They will often... If someone starts resorting to, like, insulting you, then they've lost the argument. So you can, at that point, take the high ground and just go, okay, but what's your argument, though? And that will piss them off even more. And, yeah. But if they're... Some people will be more legitimately sort of invested in discourse. And you just talk to them. But one of the things, and it's very, very difficult to do sometimes...
Wait, you got like 30 boxes around you and your bloody boxes.
I do love boxes. I have a box fetish. I want you to dress. I want you to dress up as a box for me.
No.
I want you to
like
go
an Amazon
box. I've got a pretty big one that you could wear. But yeah, don't. Thank you, the doctor. Don't let them upset you. And if you're arguing on something, try and pin them down on a point.
The way I see it,
especially if you know it's wrong.
There's no point getting outrageous by it because you just look like
you're getting over emotional.
You look like you're getting over emotional, which is fuel they can use against you.
And the other thing with the internet is I have been accused of being angry so many fucking times. Now, I may play a character who shouts a lot.
I think it's one of these things. It's basically what I do. I read comments in an angry voice.
Oh, you read fucking things from you'll get something from your sister, and it'll be like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And you'll read it as, "Hi, how are you doing, you fucking wanker?" And I'm like, how did you read it like that?
It's because I have mood swings. But if you're already coming from a place of anger, you're gonna read shit like that.
Yeah. Don't assume anger until they start using all caps. But only on all of it. Having one word in all capitals isn't you shouting it, it's you fucking highlighting it. Or emphasising it. And if they can't understand that, well, fuck them.
Who the fuck is Natalie Casey?
Natalie Casey. Is that a famous person? Because I don't know any famous persons. Love boxes.
Oh my god, it's her from 2 Pints with curly hair.
Which one? All right, I can see why someone might think that.
Yeah.
Because they're all northern, aren't they?
Yeah, but she's got a slightly deeper voice than me, I think.
I don't know. They don't seem to have particularly deep voices to me.
I don't know. I'm going to have to listen to her now so I can see if it sounds like me.
Ah, this is why you have metal skin. I should attempt to grow some. Thanks for the advice. I should try and be better. That's always my thing. Like, make fun of people, yeah. But me and video me are not the same fucking person. Sir Sic is a character. Sir Sic is a cartoon as far as I'm concerned. And his reactions to things and his truths are often difficult to pin down. And it's designed that way because it's fun and it's entertaining for me. But I do try to legitimately engage people in discourse, and it can be very difficult. Sometimes it can be fruitful, and sometimes it can just be as annoying as all piss. There's a young lad who fucking hates anything even remotely atheistic I do, because he sees it as a personal attack on his faith. And I'm like, dude, this isn't about you. It's never been about you. And if you can't fucking
Okay.
if you can't.
We have a very similar type of tone, but she's got a slightly gruffer voice than I have. I'm a little bit more high pitched than she is.
I'm assuming that says
But
tripped.
that is weird that someone kind of sounds like me.
I'm assuming that says tripped. One time I tripped and fell and accidentally Googled myself. I mean, I semi-regularly Google myself, but only to get to my channel when I'm being lazy. And thankfully it shows
what you
up.
have to do is, right, you'd have to go into Google, type in your name, and then put, what is it now? 80s headshot, and
Right.
see what it comes up with.
Tripped and fell. Fucking autocorrect.
I think...
What?
No, you're not interested. I can see Venus. It's that big shiny thing in the sky.
The dot.
The dot, yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand how pathetic stars look when you live in a city. Just rubbish. Are you denying the flying custard monster, heretics? Who would deny the flying custard monster?
Oh, God, I love some custard.
I do love custard.
I've not had it in ages.
I'm trying to think of the last time I had custard. It's been a while.
Last time is when we went on that apple pie phase. And we kept buying apple pies from
Oh
the
my
supermarket.
God.
And we're like, yeah, this is what I...
Apple pies are fucking amazing. You get the frozen ones that you cook up, and then you cover them in fucking either heated up or cold custard. I think cold custard is better. I like the mouthful.
I like the contrast.
Yeah. But yeah, everything is a euphemism. That's a fact backed up by euphemism science, which is a bit like normal science, but
Is it Mars?
sexier.
It might be. I don't know. It doesn't look red. It looks yellow.
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 Get your telescope out. Love.
Telescope.
Telescope.
I just go.
Skur. You people talk like just terrible people, which is the best kind of people. So custard is king, especially in biscuit. Oh, you mean custard creams? I haven't had custard creams in fucking years. I don't think either of us have.
No.
That was one of the things we used to sort of survive off of.
I'm not really big on
No,
them.
you had bourbon creams. Bourbon creams.
Chocolate.
Which aren't bourbon flavoured, unfortunately. But they are delicious. Yeah. Biscuits. Biscuits was a big thing that we had to survive during our poor days. We're still technically poor, but there's an amazing difference between poor and having enough.
Living in a house with no heating, eating biscuits.
Yeah. Biscuits and pot noodles. What's the euphemism for euphemism?
Euphemism.
Euphemism. That was just so lazy. But yeah, Saturn and Jupiter are in the southeast and Mars is in the east late. I don't know what that means. Blueberry pie. You like blueberries, don't you? No, you do like blueberries. Blueberry muffins.
Yeah, I like blueberry muffins.
I like blueberry. Oh my god, we haven't had those in too long. Those heated up with custard on top.
Yeah, I know. I've already done that.
I know. We both did that. It was amazing.
Well, nice. Oh god, I'm craving so much fucking sugar. Oh.
Bourbon biscuits with sold chocolate custard. Sold?
Solid.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. And it's nice, it's yummy. You guys count your blessings, not enough to. Yeah. Like, we've got a little bit of savings now on everything, and Jesus Christ. Being able to just, buy something that we need is
it's one of the things
insane.
like it's one of the weird things as well. Like my sister, she's always had money, and she's never had to go without. And now she's got quite a good job, and she's always got money. And the other last month, she decided she was bored because she was in lockdown, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna redecorate my living room," and she spent shitloads on it. And then now she tried to frigging give me a couch that she doesn't want because she's completely redecorating everything, so she's getting new furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's me and you, and we use it until it's broken.
Yeah, generally speaking. I don't know. I don't get just spending money for no reason. Like there should be a good reason.
She's bad at it. Like she'll go into shops and things like that, and she's like, "Oh well, this is on discount." I went, "Yeah, but it's still like 80 quid."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, but it's really nice."
But
I went,
it's
a
10% off.
t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing as well. Like, it's one thing spending money on like something solid or something that might keep its value.
Last Christmas, I went out shopping with her, and she spent like 120 on some perfume for her husband. And then we went to another shop, and she saw a wallet, and it was like 60 quid, so she got that for him. And then like a load of other brand like Lacrosse and Tommy Hilfiger type, crappy t-shirt things. And they were super fucking thin, really thin. And and then they were like 30 quid each.
So how much do you reckon she spent in the end?
Oh god, she spent loads, and that's all I can remember. I know I came back with like a bag with a couple of things in it, and she came back with like 6 or 7 bags, and then but they were like hanging off of her wrist where she was actually getting indentations.
Alright, so you like a demon killer?
It's just baffling the amount that she spends.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I've got no problem now, especially with spending a bit of money, but it's about what you spend it on.
That's the
like,
thing, though.
If you were to spend...
even though we do have a little bit of money and stuff...
You don't like spending money at all.
I don't, like, when we got, like, I went out shopping with my sister recently, and I couldn't... I was looking around, and I'm like, this is not worth it.
Like I said...
Like, all my clothes that I have at the moment, I have quite a lot of clothes. And my sister was like, "Oh, you should get this clothes. You could go try this on," and things like that. I went, "No, I've got enough clothes."
Well, I told you, just budget yourself to, like... You're going shopping, so, budget yourself to a max of 100. And you're like, 100? I'm never going to spend that much. I'm like, you can now. Like, once in a while kind of thing. Oh, thank you, Beijing, of all the things. Yeah, like...
I just...
That would be a lot of money. That would be a splurge, but you never spend money on yourself, so I have no problem with that.
I don't know. I feel guilt. It's that thing, feeling guilty for spending money, because it's got sort of like got the mindset of not having anything.
I think that's why I have to buy things for you. Because I get you nice things all the time.
Oh, you went on that
spoil you.
You went on that frigging phase, and you kept bringing a new cup every
That was
in the morning. In the morning,
that was a pounder cup, and
I know, but you kept bringing me a new mug every morning with coffee in it, and I was like, "What the fuck? Where'd you get these from?"
You liked it though.
It was really funny. Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be sweet, you asshole. You were supposed to be like, "Oh, he loves me."
No, I was just like, why the fuck do you keep buying mugs? We've got plenty of cups already.
I didn't keep buying mugs. I actually bought them all at once. And then put them on top of the shelf.
Oh yeah, I don't look up there.
You can't.
Everything's too high for me.
But, yeah. Like, for me, that's what I was going to say. If you had gone out and spent 300 quid on
I'm just thinking, though, the way we used to eat is like what poor students eat.
Yeah, we used to eat a lot of fucking noodles, cheap sausages. If you are incredibly poor, and we didn't have gas, mostly because it was more affordable to just fucking huddle up under the covers.
The electric was expensive enough.
Yeah, So, you know, we did that. But get yourself a George Formby grill. I know it's a George Foreman grill, but I'm stuck.
George Formby.
George Formby grill. It's an old Peter Kay thing. But a George Foreman grill is a fantastic way of reasonably quickly and easily cooking stuff. We used to buy sausages. Our super ultra mega treat was like once a month or something. I would get you the makings of fajitas.
Yeah.
And you always appreciated that.
I fucking love fajitas.
And the other one is we had this local pizza place, and they had this just ridiculously good value like chicken dinner things. It was £8 for 8 pieces of chicken, an ungodly amount of chips.
Yeah.
And a cheese, garlic bread cheese pizza thing. And it was just...
We make it last like 4 days sometimes.
Yeah, the whole lot would last a few days. And, and it was pretty cheap. So that was our one that was our splurge, like, fuck meal. And that was £8. And it's hilarious now, because now we'll spend way too much on takeaways. And I always feel a little bit guilty about it. It is my birthday. Not quite. It's coming up, but it's close enough. And I'm not doing a birthday stream next week, and I can't do...
You got to say this in a Scottish accent.
I don't want to. Because he will judge me.
Go on.
Thanks, Tailed. Happy birthday, Anglo!
You sound like one of the...
You bastard!
You sound like one of the dwarves from Lord of the Rings.
Which one? You have to toss me! Money is what poor people worry about. Wealth is where it's at. Acquire wealth with your spare money. Spare money. There's the problem. Yeah. No, but to be fair, like, we have savings now, and it's amazing. I heard Nottingham is the gun capital of Britain. They need a share. I think I've heard that one before as well, and I still like it. But yeah, just it's a thing. Like, it's easier to save money when you have money, and that's one of the most ridiculous things about how sort of the system works. When I buy toilet roll now, I tend to buy shitloads. Now, because of fucking Corona, I can't buy the really, really big bastards that I usually get, which come with like 24 rolls, because they just never have them. Thank you, Gary. I like the sentiment of like, happy fucking birthday, my man, you're awesome. I want someone to scream that in my face.
It's my birthday tomorrow, celebrating early with a Big Mac and a large JD in a dirty glass.
Oh, that sounds kind of like what I would do.
Yeah.
That's about right. Usually, this glass was clean and it's fucking filthy now. But it was clean when I started drinking. Too well enunciated, Sir Sick. I understood what you said. That was a bad Scottish accent. People could understand it. KFC has the Anakin special. A bucket of extra crispy with one wing and no legs. Cute. I thought you were going to go with the something about younglings. Something about killing children. It's nothing but a basket of chopped in half eggs. That's the Anakin special. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so that's one thing I can reflect on my 35th birthday, is that I'm not as poor as I used to be. How old am I going to be? I am going to be 35, and I am not fucking happy about it. It's just that kind of age where it's just like, oof, 40's going to be the same. 40's going to be a big oof. But, you know, as people, the thing I've got to keep in mind, as long as fucking YouTube doesn't fall through the floor, you know, there's fucking, like I said, Conspiracy Cats, I think he's 10 years older than me. Creaky Blinder is another fucking 3 years older than him. So, you know, I've got at least another 15 years of being able to do this game without being completely ridiculous. It's a misconception about billionaires. They don't have billions of money. Their assets, wealth could be worth that much if all liquidated. Yeah. I mean, they're still worth that much. Regardless, they have access to more money than most people ever have. Bloody hell, you're another one younger than my stepdaughter. I apologise. I apologise for my quote-unquote youth. God damn it, I am old. Yeah, I know. And yet I still feel very old. It doesn't get easier at 40, trust me. Yeah, I'm sure. Congrats. Oh, I get it. Congrats. That's funny. I sound like I'm being very sarcastic, but that's genuinely funny. And I like the conquering rats. Yeah, still a nipper. But fuck me, do I feel old. I definitely need to lose some goddamn weight. Thanks, Corona. You've made me even lazier than I was before. Ooh. But, yeah. Like, considering where we were before we had the kids, we are doing...
I was so skinny.
I'm less bothered about that. You were skinny because you were fucking poor.
Yeah, but I looked so good.
I looked so good as I looked at other people's food and went, "Oh, please feed me."
And now I look like a bowling ball.
Hardly. You look like a pear.
Well, I can see my feet, so that's a bonus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can only see my penis because it's so big.
And I can balance on one leg, so I guess that's also another bonus.
That's true. So, I just turned 40, probably why I got the wine in the first place. Yeah, I mean, it's a milestone age. 35, suffering from the COVID-15. It's more, I mean, the 19 at least. It's more its impact on society, and then, yeah. Been there myself, homeless twice. Yes. I was homeless for a while, and then just poor for a very long time.
Weird thing though. After the kids, it just all started slowly unfolding a little bit better.
Yeah, things started working out. We started figuring things out, and I figured out ways of earning money without having to fuck about. Because the thing is, even when we were ridiculously poor, we had multiple jobs. It's just...
Oh, God, you just reminded me of all the crappy jobs I had.
Yeah, and even when I had, like, a half-decent job, I was on less money than I was on the fucking dole. Because that's how stupid the system is. This is something that I will always bang on about. They completely fuck up in not making it objectively better being employed than being on the dole. I mean, being on the dole sucks. Fuck that. I can't remember the American version of it, but, money from government for being the poor.
Welfare.
Welfare, there you go. And I fucking hated that. It's been a very, very long time since, oh God, the job centre. Oh, it's like fucking Death Watch. Yeah, I always had a job, but sometimes that isn't enough to be able to afford an apartment, which is insane. It's just a situation that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. If you've got a job and
I can't remember what country it is, but there's a program in place that helps young people who are just coming off of school. So 18, 19-year-olds, I think it's up to 21 you can apply.
Yeah.
Basically, you get a government grant. And it's not a massive amount of money. I think it's like 5k or something. And all it is so that you can pay your rent and get food and things like that, so that while you're getting a job, you can actually build up some savings and not have to worry about paying rent. Because one of the big things is the kids will end up going back to live with their parents and not having any individual freedoms or anything. And they said, we want to promote independence in our young people, but the only way we can do that is by giving them a head start. And I think that's a fantastic idea to do that.
Demon Orb, if you are on Universal Credit and cannot get a job, please feel free to dismiss the Whiskey Club for a while. I believe you come back at the same level you were when you left. I don't need the money. You probably do. I mean, I'd like the money. I like money. I like money, though. You know. But, yeah. If shit's not great at the moment, do that. Pay a living wage? Why would people want enough for an apartment and food? The greedy bastards. Yeah, that does seem to be like...
You had a TV in your job centre. Wow.
I don't know, there's technically a TV in... it's not as a job centre, but it's like... It's a weird thing they have now, and another place that I'm glad that I haven't had to go into for a very long time. Although, I used to have to go in once a year to put in all my fucking... Oh, God, I fucking hate that. My self-employed shit. Oh, God, I hate that. Okay, Ta. Like, obviously you could do what you want, but I don't want your money if you're struggling. Like the opposite. Here is once you're discharged from the army, you get a decent amount of money as a head start, around 6k.
Yeah, it's just something.
Hmm.
You know, it helps. Especially like if you're going from quite a very disciplined type of work like the army and becoming a civvy again.
Mm.
That's got to be kind of a hard transition in itself anyway.
Yeah, one of the hardest jobs is finding a job, long hours, no pay. And when you're not able to find anything, God, your self-fucking-esteem.
Oh, God, yeah.
And everyone telling you why, everyone who already has a job, not understanding, and especially people who've always had jobs.
One of the things that I really remember that really sticks in my mind is I went to a barbecue. My sister invited me, and it was like a friend of a friend's place. And I ended up talking to the girl who lived in the house. And we got on really well. She was quite nerdy and you know, and we had probably about 2 hours of good chat. And then she's also, what do you do for a living? I went, oh, I'm unemployed at the moment. And she went, oh, you're on benefits? And then she gave me a right look, like disgust. And then she was like, but it's really easy to get a job. She goes, you just, and then...
Someone's been reading the Daily Mail.
Yeah, she's like, but
it's
really easy to get a job. And she says, maybe you're just not trying hard enough.
Oof.
And after that, she stopped talking to me. And every time I saw her in passing when we were walking around the barbecue, she kept like looking at me with wide eyes and walking away. And I was like, fucking hell. And the thing is as well, like, we added each other on Facebook and stuff like that. And then when I came back to it, she deleted me off.
What an absolute bitch. That's the only way I can put it.
One of the things that really pisses me off about is people having this, like, weird sort of thing towards people who are unemployed.
Should have nutted her with your helmet.
Yeah,
Dunk.
It's a weird thing towards people who are unemployed. We're not frigging lepers, for fuck's sake.
I do wonder now with the whole COVID thing if there's going to be sort of a bit more empathy. Like my mum, for the first time in her goddamn life, don't just do like the vid. Love it. Love it like you need it.
There should be a caress button next to the like button.
My mum for the first time had to apply for benefits. One of the things she did though, she's very savvy. Her house, she bought a house and it didn't have central heating. They'd just been using electric, and they were going to get round to installing central heating. But when you're on benefits, if you have a house and you don't have central heating, they will come and install it for free. And so she was like, immediately. She's like, fuck it. If I'm going to do this thing I've never done in my life, I'm going to get every last penny out of it. The thing is, she'd paid it in. You know, I think that's more than fair enough. Yeah. So, like, I'm very, very sympathetic to the plights of the unemployed, the people who...
Well, my auntie is the worst one for it.
I've seen a lot of bad people for it.
But the thing is, right... She doesn't work. She hasn't worked.
Oh, she hasn't had a job in forever.
the last time she had a job was when she was young 20s, just before she had her kids.
Yeah.
And then after that, she did like these weird odd job things.
She had token jobs working for...
Yeah, she basically got a big pack of screws and all sorts of bolts and stuff in the post.
The classic sort of busy work.
And then all she needed to do was take put things together, and it had to be done manually because it's really delicate.
Mm.
And then she sent them all back off again, and then once a month she got 80 quid for it.
Yeah.
And she fucking goes nuts on people on the benefits. Yeah. She's like, they're all lazy, they're all useless, why don't they just get a job?
The fun thing is, she was on husband benefits, but surprisingly, he divorced her for some reason. Might be because she's kind of a dick. Years back, I had the clerk at the bread store give me attitude for using food stamps. I was self-employed, but raising 3 kids who couldn't be bothered to send a dime for them. Yeah, fuck that clerk. Fuck that clerk right in the eye socket. That is just... You don't know. You don't know. And don't fucking judge people that you have... Unless they're acting like an asshole.
Dan just said, it's... Like,
this dickhead ain't busker.
It's like... Yeah, but at least even if you're a busker, at least you're doing something. Like, you being an artist.
How dare you?
The thing that annoys me as well is you get those people who do the caricatures and stuff on the street.
Yeah.
And people don't really say anything about them, but you stood there...
I bet they do.
But you stood there playing music, you're more likely to get shit for it.
Yeah. I get the same kind of shit as someone who's... My primary income is now YouTube. If you count Patreon as part of that, it's all based on what I do on YouTube. I still occasionally make money doing what I used to do, which is just buying and selling stuff on eBay. But now I do it for fun rather than through necessity. But people will just say the worst shit to me. Like, if something's going a bit bad at the moment, or it doesn't even have to go bad. Someone will just tell me that what I do doesn't deserve compensation.
That now.
What?
Because I'm an artist, I'm going to start calling myself
a hobo. If you had to, how would you get rid of a body? Eat it.
Lime. You coat it in lime and then put it in a barrel.
So you get
and then you put the barrel with rocks at the bottom. You dump it into a ravine. Somewhere.
You get a lime. You squeeze it over the body. Cut it into slices.
Get a bit of salt.
You take this tequila shot. You forget what you're doing and you wander off. And then the police find this lime-covered body.
Make sure you put it in a place where there's no fishing. That's all you need to do.
I watch
a shitload of crime shows.
Eat it.
Eat the body's a pretty good way to get rid of it.
I think eat the bodies.
But what about it's the bones? What are you going to do with them?
Eat them too.
Eat the bones as well.
Eat it all. You cook bones for long enough and they jellify, I think.
They do, yeah.
So, dead body.
Put the lime in the coconut. That's how you get rid of a dead body.
You just stand over the body with a lime and a coconut. And you put the lime in the coconut and drink until you get arrested. And that's how you deal with a dead body. I mean, they'll deal with it eventually. So, leave it in an old people's home. Yeah. This fucking...
Oh, God, wood chipper. That's so messy.
It's so messy. It's a little bit messy. Unless you get the really big ones where it's super fucking messy. Body broth.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think somebody said you just take it to a body farm and nobody questions it.
I think they do. I think they fucking do.
Well, yeah.
I think that there's a lot of fucking red tape when it comes to a body farm. Nobody said human bodies. Yikes. Yeah, but pig farm. We've got a lot of brick tops in the chat. What I understand is when you got to get rid of a body is to feed them to pigs. You got to chop up the body and pull out all the teeth for the sake of the piggy's digestion. You could do this afterwards, of course, but you don't want to go digging through pig shit now, do you?
He's one of my favourite characters.
He is one of the best You could have him as the monster in a monster movie, and it would be genuinely fucking terrifying. Put him in the ring, he shits himself. You poke him with a stick, you watch his bollocks grow. Some of the greatest fucking lines. Like, Guy Ritchie, oh god. Like, I'm sure he's a twat. I'm sure I read somewhere that he's a massive twat. But fucking hell, he makes some entertaining Brit comms. Shut your mouth, phone. I think we'll do a couple of hour one today. Because it is my birthday, kind of.
Well, I'm not getting you out, so yeah.
I'm
giving you an hour on stream.
Oh, bitch. I know what I want for my birthday. I want a half-decent racing wheel. Not like a really good racing wheel. There's the Logitech G29. Because apparently it's pretty good, but it is 250 quid. But I really want it because I want to see if I can teach myself to drive properly using VR.
I thought you wanted a Switch.
I do want a Switch. But the thing about the Switch is, everything after you bought it is still extremely expensive.
Well, yeah.
Whereas if I buy stuff for my PC...
Each game are like 50 quid each or some shit.
Any of the fucking first party ones. Jesus fucking Christ. Screw that noise. But everything with PC will usually go down in price massively and is cough cough easy to nick cough cough. Whereas hacking the Switch... That's the thing about Nintendo consoles. I don't buy one until it's easy to hack. And I've bought one game from Nintendo in about fucking a decade. And it was one game that I bought so I could hack my Wii U. And that was it. Guy Ritchie lived up the road from me with Madge. Oh, God. Fucking Madonna.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just trying to brain.
I'm not good with names.
He was with Madonna. Guy Ritchie lived with Madonna.
Like the Madonna.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Cone tits.
I used to think there were two Madonnas, like the young one from back in the 80s and the new one. Because
that's pretty dense.
I just assumed the new one was like.
Yeah,
because she looks really fucking young, and I was like, nah, she can't look like that. I looked at my mother, so like, yeah, I just assumed that they were two different people.
You were kind of a dumb kid.
Oh god, yeah. I tried to lick a light bulb, of course I'm a dumb kid.
Stab with icicle on the eye hole, body till spring. What? Is this the getting rid of body thing? Like the classic murder one is there's a guy who's been stabbed through the chest, and there's clearly a stab wound, but no murder weapon, and the doors are all locked from the outside, and there's one guy in a dead body and a thermos.
Ice pick.
Well, not an ice pick, an icicle in the thermos. Take it out, stab him, and then it melts.
Yeah, it's an ice pick.
No, an ice pick is an actual thing. It's a handle.
Yeah, but there's also
with a spike
a pick made of ice.
That's not called an ice pick. That's called an icicle, or a spicicle, spikesicle, stabby boy. There we go. I don't think that's an ice pick.
You're a cock.
Your mum.
I know there's an ice pick where you can attack ice with it.
Yeah, that's an ice pick.
But there's also an ice pick for like a knife made of ice.
Hey chat, who's right? They'll just agree with you. They probably will just agree, even if you're wrong. They'd agree with you just to annoy me, because that's what they do.
Start a new conspiracy theory about two Madonnas.
I would be surprised if he didn't already think that. And also, he is fucking obsessed with trans people in a really, really weird, creepy way. He thinks that basically every famous person is trans. That's the thing, like...
Okay.
People who say that Hans is a Poe.
A chili stab, beautiful.
Chili stab.
I'm going to start calling it that. Serpic.
Serpic. Hands. Like they say, oh yeah, he's just a Poe. But the thing is, if he is doing it as either for the lols or what, he has got some things that he says that are just the most fucked up opinions that are quite damaging to certain groups of people. And if he is faking, then he is just a piece of garbage. If he isn't faking, then at least he has ignorance. Being ignorant isn't necessarily an excuse, but it's a better excuse than, haha, I was joking.
Alright, fuck you all.
There's an ice pick that's an axe, but icicle. There's an ice pick that's an axe. Oh, do you mean like the...
climbing.
The climbing one, yeah.
That's a climbing axe, isn't it?
Those are great for killing people. Not that I would know.
Is it just a climbing axe that just happens to be able to go through ice?
I think it has another name, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Liam Stabby McStab. Chillax. Okay. Oh, why the fuck it... Hans is not right in the head. He will just believe fucking anything. Like, one of the reasons that some people have presented for him being a Poe is that you can offer him something ridiculous and he'll just go with it. And I don't know how that proves he's a Poe. That just proves that he will believe fucking anything. That's all that shows. Ice pick is stabby thing. Bit like skewer with a handle. I mean, yes. Now you're just making me think of skewers. Where you make kebabs with them. I haven't had that kind of kebab in fucking forever. They're really nice. Fanny first. You change your name to First Fanny. Luminous Poo, First Fanny. Same difference.
Fanny.
Is Hans the shirtless guy? No, I think that's
Hans.
People call him Gigantor. I can't remember his actual name. I think that's who you mean. But Hans, I don't think Hans has ever shown his face. I'm not sure. But Hans is the guy who says everything is fake, including most
every time
animals.
you say Hans, I just keep thinking of Super Hands.
Yeah, that's because I started calling him Super Hands.
Super Hands.
Super Hands is great because someone said, oh, don't compare Hands to Super Hands. Super Hands is really cool. No, Super Hands is a massive cock. Super Hands is supposed to be a massive cock. And if you think that he's like a good guy, you're probably a cock too. Super Hands is not a good person to be compared to. Fuck that. Fuck it word, there you go. Or Mr. P. Huckett word. Yeah, he's one of the other ones that's, if I really can't find anything to do, you should feed Hans some bullshit and see if he bites. Now, see, I have toyed with the idea of making stuff up, but I don't actually want to debunk something that I made up, even if someone starts believing it. Yeah, he's the CGI volcanoes guy. I wasn't really sort of aware of him at the time. I think he's also the power plants guy, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But the power plants video was one that did really well. And, jazz hands. I like that. Heidi worm hat, yeah. I don't know how many of you noticed that I put a literal worm hat on Super Hands worm hat. But I was very, very, very amused at myself for doing that. The guy who is just typing and talking shirtless. I fear he is Dutch like me to my internal fact. Debunk Inception, yes. Well, debunkception, not. I should debunk Inception because it's just a movie. Yeah, he's the Church is a Power Plants guy. He's the everything is fake or everything isn't what they've told us. But fucking hell. Power Plants is fake is the first sick clip you saw. Nice. That was a video that I found particularly amusing. What is the underwater cable? And send it to me. Because I will forget that it even exists after this. I can always use more cray cray, more stupid, more silly. I love that shit. It's my job. Well, I sometimes love it, and I sometimes I have to go for little walks. Debunk conception. There is no conception. Babies come from stalks. Everybody knows. That's what the story is in school. And I've never had the sex. My name is Hans. But, yeah. I sometimes when I'm doing a video, I have to walk away. Like you're supposed to when you spend a lot of time in front of a computer, which obviously I do. It's very important to have unscreen time. Just go somewhere else, do something. At the moment, I can't even go for a walk. I just have to walk around my living room in a little circle, which I often do. But some of the shit, you're just like, oh God. Okay, I need a minute.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
What are you looking at, lady?
A dad strokes the eyebrows of his baby girl and she falls asleep.
Oh. A former acquaintance once told me that cell towers are used by them to scan the retinas of people to see what they see. What?
What?
Someone once told Mikko Hanberg, or however the fuck that's pronounced, cell towers are used by them, because it's always them, to scan retinas of people to see what they see, as if that makes any fucking sense. And obviously that...
We need to find that. That sounds amazing.
If that is like an even remotely commonly held belief, oh my God. Ironically, liquid air batteries are a real thing now. I imagine that they're not what Hans would think. Like the whole thing about getting electricity out of the sky. Technically, you can gather electricity just from the air. But it's such a ridiculous thing. You thought about going back into politics debunks. Never liked them, but sure those are getting the views. I'm not just the thing about politics stuff and that. Like I would cover things that were stupid that I saw, and obviously when you get stuck in a place, you see a lot of the same kind of stupid. And the other thing is, like, regardless of my opinion on a situation, there are always fucking dickheads who just thought I was too much one way or too much the other, because I am actually one of those evil, mostly centrists, slightly left, although probably more left than slightly left, but whatever. But it was never good enough. No, it was never good enough for anybody, and it was always so fucking frustrating getting to arguments based on stuff that isn't sort of solid. And I like the science stuff because I know when I'm right. And I like knowing when I'm right.
One of the problems was that it's 95% of it is just opinions.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is, like, a lot of the time people do...
Opinions and a lot of feelings.
A lot of the time people do approach things in a reasonable way. Like the overarching premise of the reason why they're doing something is usually because they care about people.
Yeah.
But it's how they do it.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like you kind of agree with them, but you don't at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all opinions.
Like a lot of the people I would cover were people who I probably share a lot of opinions with, but then they'd say something fucking insane, and I guess that's a big part of what upset me. Someone put it a really good way, though. Like, I've been accused of being right-wing a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I might agree with them that this person is wrong, but that doesn't mean I agree with them on their fucking other shit.
I like it when people say that you're far right, because I'm more right. I'm more right than you.
Yeah, Mrs. Sick is more right-wing than I am, and she's pretty left-wing.
Yeah.
She is to my right. But that's mostly because she's young and stupid. But, you know, there's no reason...
You make it sound like I'm a teenager.
You are basic... I'm 30 goddamn 5.
I'm 30!
I know! So old.
It's not that much difference.
Feels like a lot. Opinions like... I like assholes. Everyone has one and they all stink. Yeah. But yeah, ultimately pointing out, like, I've covered both lefties and righties, and the crazy ones are all crazy, and I just preferred a different kind of crazy. Although the funny thing is, people from back in those days, it's like, why haven't you ever covered right-wing people, even now? It's like, you know that most of the people that I cover, especially the religious ones, are almost certainly right-wing. If you're centrist in the UK, you're extreme left for the US. I'm probably extreme left for the US. But I also don't hold insane opinions, so, you know. No one here is a teenager. I'm just making fun of her because she's 5 years younger than me, and I am 30 goddamn bastard 5, at least this week. I'm self-identify as centre-left, but feel like an extremist compared to the right at the moment. Yeah, it can feel like. Did you see the COVIDiots in Trafalgar Square on Saturday? A bunch of conspiratards talking shite. I did not. I don't pay much attention to things that, if that was in the news rather than like on the internet, then I wouldn't have seen it.
Both of us don't really do mainstream.
Yeah. Cradle robber. I like to think of her as a grave robber. And it's cradle snatcher or grave robber. Or are you trying to say that she's young and old? Conservative is a liberal who got robbed, and a liberal is a conservative who just got arrested. Okay. But, yeah, I don't particularly like talking about politicky stuff anymore. It's just not fun. It's annoying. It always ends up someone gets their feelings hurt, someone gets very upset, and you just can't win. You can't win with fucking anybody. And so I just stick to stuff that is supported by science.
The main reason...
Stick to science.
I think that's the thing, though. The main reason of it is because, like, somebody has an opinion on something. Yeah, like, a lot of the other channels that do the political SJW stuff, a lot of them, they really dig quite hard into them for having an opinion. And a lot of them I see as a bit unfair. Like, I used to be quite I was actually quite anti-feminist for a long time. And then realising about it, like, well, I'm not anti-feminist, I just don't like how they're approaching it in this wave of feminism.
Well, it's particular people having particular opinions about things, and
that's the thing,
oftentimes they're just bad opinions.
I wouldn't call myself an anti-feminist because I agree with the second wave feminism, so...
I mean, I wouldn't use terms like first, second, third wave, because you're bringing scrutiny to something that you might not necessarily understand.
Okay. I think that women should be in charge of themselves, that men don't have to take the slack if a woman does something wrong. If a woman fucks up, she should have the responsibility of fucking up. But I also don't think that men are all the causes of the problems in the world.
I'll tell you, here's my political opinions. I'm right. Shut the fuck up. Kill all humans. And I think we can all agree to that. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about politics and old politicky stuff anymore. I don't care that it gets views. I don't enjoy it. And if you like my videos, you'll want me to make stuff that I enjoy. I do enjoy. Whenever I say I do enjoy this, I'm usually being very fucking sarcastic. When someone tells me that I'm doing something, is she a feminist?
I am not feminine at all. Fuck off.
She's got big old titties, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, tits equals feminine, apparently. Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm so feminine too. But when someone accuses me of doing something for the views, and I'm like, I did it because I saw it and thought, oh, that'll be fun. Everything I do now.
Doggy style is the best position to have. I would agree with that.
It's a pretty good position.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It gets hard on the old knees. 35 now. I know that everyone else in this chat is apparently older than me, but still.
Maybe I should do it then. I'll go doggy style.
You go doggy style and I'll go, I don't know, prone. Humans are a plague on this planet. That is true, But plagues are sometimes good. We, the Illuminati, are not responsible for Donald Trump. That was Hydra.
Tits and a mustache. That's pretty accurate, actually.
I've got tits and a beard. I want little beards on my tits, and then I've got the cock beard. I mean, that's just pubes, but something about pubes. Pubes are always gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was going to say. Something deep and meaningful and important. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, people just accusing me of things. I get accused of a lot of shit. Doing things for certain reasons. I mean, I'm sure I could find a fun comment.
A lot of it is people assuming your motives.
Yeah, I can't stand it when people assume motive. I don't like it when people assume motive on anyone, really. That's why I give people options. When I'm talking to someone, like, if they've got an opinion that's objectively wrong, you know, maybe you're just really fucking dumb, or maybe you're a fucking liar. You're one of the two, and neither's a good choice, but at least you've got a choice. You're welcome.
I'm 10 years younger than you.
Y'all.
Y'all. I freaking hate you.
Y'all. I'm 10 years younger than y'all. Motherfuckers. It's a baby.
Oh my god, 24. I wish.
So there is some young'uns. We've got some old uns and some young'uns, and no one my age, apparently.
I was really big at 24, though.
What, 24 weeks?
No. At age 24, because of the frigging kids. They gave me so much fat.
Oh, yeah.
I proper beefed up. I was a beach ball back then. And now I'm kind of like a deflated beach ball. My parrot swallowed an alarm clock. Now Polly ticks. Fuck you. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Oh god, here's the thing. I got so many people upset at me in my top 10 woo video for the acupuncture thing. Now.
Oh gosh, I just read that.
What?
A luminous poo. A buddy of mine said all the cat girls in anime. What about the dog girls? I said Full Metal Alchemist.
God.
Too soon.
Too soon. Hey, Tim is 35. Tim is good people. So many people. Nothing else bothered anybody about my video but the acupuncture thing, which was very specifically a joke. my hyper debunk, or whatever the fuck I called it, none of those were supposed to be particularly serious. But I've always found the idea of acupuncture to be kind of crazy. And just so many people, like this comment, acupuncture, really? I know it's considered alternative medicine, but to lump it with flat earth and mud fossils and such when it's somewhat accepted in Western medicine seems pretty odd, especially when you're referring to thousands of needles. I was fucking joking, but the fact of the matter is, I've looked around, and mainstream medicine does not say that it fucking works.
No,
there have been apparent studies that are very difficult to find that say it works. And apparently it's got nothing to do with where you put the needles, which suggests to me that acupuncture doesn't work. Poking people with stuff has an effect on them, shockingly.
Well, yeah, you get these, I don't know what they're called, they're like on a roller.
Yeah.
And you roll it on your face.
Yeah.
And the whole point is it's supposed to open your pores up so that you can clean your pores properly.
That sounds awful. Thanks, Arnhem.
Yeah, it's a treatment they use for acne. To be honest, I doubt it actually works.
Your vid about acupuncture did needle me. Twat.
I doubt it actually works rolling
needles
on your face.
This wasn't my vid about acupuncture.
Hello,
it was a 2-line joke. The literal joke, if you haven't heard it, was acupuncture. If someone says they're going to stab you with thousands of needles, you should see it. I would see it as an attack on my body, and so should you. That was it. Clearly a fucking joke.
This is Annie. I am fish. Ich bin fish.
Ich bin fish. And it's the dab.
I don't know. My art tends to go in a weird direction.
I had acupuncture and it made it hurt more. Well, it's almost as if it's not a fucking... At the end of the day, there's almost certainly other ways of doing whatever it is they're supposed to be doing.
The idea of getting poked by needles and stuff, like, isn't that just opening yourself to risk of infection?
I mean, that does seem to be one thing. I don't know. Acupuncture, Sir Prick, had to say it for continuity. Yeah, but if you go to my top 10 word video, you will find multiple instances of people going, good video, but fuck you for acupuncture.
Sprinkler rainbow conspiracy.
Oh, I believe that is it was in a Cool Hard Logic video where there's this woman. She goes outside into her garden and looks at her sprinkler, which is doing a rainbow, and she's like, "What are they putting in the wild water that's making rainbows appear in my sprinklers?" Like she's like, "Have you never fucking what? Who the fuck has never seen that?"
Yeah, didn't some... I can't remember who it was, and they're saying, like, a lot of these conspiracy theorists are like...
Genuinely stupid?
No, but it's like they never experimented it with anything as a kid.
They must have been locked in their houses.
Like, kids find out shit all the time by just observing or messing around with crap. And they're like, oh, what does this do? Let's play with this. And how does this happen? And oh, look what... Oh, this happens when you do this. And
I really need a pee.
Yeah, and that's what kids do. They mess around with shit.
You might need to move backwards.
Oh,
so first we have to...
Hang on, there's a cat on me. Ow.
Right, now go.
Oh, fucking hell, dude.
Pardon me.
Oh.
That came out of nowhere. I apologise.
Oh my god.
Hello? Sorry. Don't know what the fuck happened there.
The mic decided to fart and break.
Yeah, it's done that before.
You probably need a new one.
I don't want to buy new things. I don't like buying new things.
It's the thing though, if like the connectors inside are coming loose.
I love that though. Fucking plummeting numbers. We're back. It's okay. Stop running away. Jesus Christ. At least stick around for a minute. Nope, can't hear anything. Delete my internet. Throw my computer into the sea. It's fine. We know that the core people are sticking around. Yeah, so I don't know where that got up to. But if you're gonna tell me that the mic is off, don't just say pissing on the microphone. Say your mic's off. Not on mute anymore.
It wasn't even on mute. It was on. It
Yeah.
just decided to decide to not work.
The mic was on. It had literally just stopped working for zero fucking reason. The silence was bliss. Thanks a lot, twat. Why are you even here? Yeah. I had assumed everyone was saying you must have pissed on the mic, but I assumed my pee was very, very loud. We're a corp now? I don't know about that. I guess a lot of people might have just like refreshed the stream, which might knock down the numbers. But no, it was Streamlabs or the microphone or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Tinkle Time went bad. Apparently so. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Acupuncture was something I didn't expect people to get so upset about. But it was sort of the replacement for the thing that I would have put.
This is the first dream I've been to of yours. Oh well. You basically got the gist of what the stream's about then.
I would stay if it was silent for 2 hours. It's because you're a good person.
That is a trooper and a half right there.
Hands voted down, bastard. Yeah, the other thing sort of that gets people who otherwise are completely anti-woo and then suddenly just a bit of their brain shuts off. Chiropractic. It's fucking woo. It's based on woo. And if you know its history, holy shit, it's so fucking woo. But, you know, people know a chiropractor who's a decent bloke.
Well, that's the thing, though, with chiropractic is that it goes through renewals quite often. And they like try and stay away from the woo side of it, but a lot of them are still taught the woo.
Yeah. And there's different...
Like, chiropractic is, you're going to make adjustments to your bones because the belief that your soul or your essence or whatever lives in your spine and your nervous system. And by twisting your bones around and crunching shit, it realigns your spine so that your soul can go through your body better.
So here's David with I think chiropractors have helped with my back problems. There's definitely two types.
It's different though, because it's not just every chiropractor is like that. Some of them are basically just physical therapists.
Yeah.
They have all the assets they need for physical therapy. They just call themselves a chiropractor.
And I wonder if they do that for the sort of...
Because
it's got good optics at the moment, at least.
It doesn't have... Like, chiropractors do not have medical training.
Yeah. And many...
They go to a school. They might be called doctors of chiropractic, but they're not doctors.
Chiropractor.
They're not medical doctors. They go to a school, learn a load of bullshit, and then they qualify in 4 years. And they go, oh, there you go, done. Now you can go twist people's backs and shit. And, yeah. Even if they're extremely well trained, like, there's plenty of techniques that are used in chiropractic, which are actually useful.
Oh, no.
But a lot of them are just not useful at all.
Scorsis. Only good thing about chiropractors is the satisfying crunch sound. God, I love that. That sound makes me feel fucking ill.
That is the sound of ligaments and tendons breaking.
Yeah, that is...
Why would you want that?
That is only a good sound. Can you pull my trigger so that my chair goes up?
What trigger?
You know, the thing that makes the chair go up.
That?
Thank you. My chair is slowly sinking for some reason. Probably because I'm so fat. Even though I just went for a piss, so I should be lighter. But it's just going, whee! Anyway.
There's plenty of physiotherapists that are actually really helpful. Like, I had to go see...
Physiotherapy is good.
I had to go and see one of them, and they taught me some different, like, movements and exercises and stuff for my shoulder. But my mum, she had a frozen shoulder, and she had to go and do the same thing. And, yeah, it is, like, the movements that they can do are useful, but a lot of them, they are not medically trained. That's my issue with it. They're doing a medical procedure when they are not medically trained.
The ones on babies and children make me fucking sick.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing shit like that on kids. They're really delicate.
Like, okay, let's put it this way. Regardless of your position on, you know... And it is always... I had a chiropractor who did right by me. And that's wonderful, and that's great for you. But you can't say that the ones who do it to fucking babies aren't just the worst fucking human beings on the face of the goddamn planet. That is disgusting. And what... If you've never watched it, don't. Do yourself a fucking massive favour. Do not watch that shit. It is gross. Does people cracking their knuckles set your teeth on edge? No, it doesn't.
No, because that's not breaking of tendons.
Yeah. It's just not the same thing. Not breaking, popping, like pulling your fingers. It depends on the chiropractor and exactly what they're doing, but some of the shit is...
like my back, right?
It's very dangerous.
My back is crap, and I'll wake up in the morning and stretch, and my spine, I can feel it going all the way down. It goes down my vertebrae. And sometimes it hurts like a bitch, but afterwards it feels quite nice. And I get the satisfaction from it.
I imagine that there's different levels.
What I don't get is, like,
I would say, David, that you probably went to some kind of physiotherapist who didn't do the full chiropractic nonsense. That's all I'm going to tell you.
All it's doing, though, like cracking your knuckles and things like that, all it's doing is releasing air from your joints. That's all it's doing. It's things that gets the thing... Is it nitrogen?
Yes.
Nitrogen gets trapped
I believe.
and you get trapped in your joints, and you just crack it out, and it pops it out. That's all it's doing. It's not actually adjusting anything. And the annoying ones is when they're doing the twists on the neck and shit like that. Like, because I have IIH, and I looked up, what is the chiropractic advice for a condition like mine where my neck is incredibly fucking delicate? Like, the tiniest touches on my back when I'm having a flare-up, it feels like somebody's putting a hot spoon against my back. It's horrible. And really fucking sensitive nerves and things like that. And they looking at what they recommend and shit. And it's just like, oh, well, for that condition, you do a massage. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, that's not chiropractic, though. That's beyond chiropractic. Chiropractic originally was the whole... or we'll do these with your joint. It was started, what was it? It was started by someone who believed in magnet therapy. And
you're the one who did the thing.
Yeah, there's certain things in chiropractic which is just not useful at all. Then they progressed into things that were useful. Like having massages and, you know, releasing tension from the muscle is proven to have some effect. It's not perfect, but it has an effect. It makes you feel better. And it actually releases knots from you, you know, get rid of the lactic acid in your muscles and stuff like that. But the idea of lifting someone's skull off their head, off their spine, and trying to give it a twist to make it crack,
Oof.
It's like, it's too much fucking risk to do anything like that.
That's the thing. Like, there's possibly something that... Like
all you
about with your back.
If you're aiming for the cracking noise, all it's doing is releasing nitrogen. It doesn't actually do anything.
I feel like chiropractic is probably something that's a cheat. The stuff that works, if it does, is basically a cheat to get past the physiotherapy that will do the same thing and take longer.
The thing that pisses me off the most about it is just from knowing the beginnings of it, even though it has progressed into doing something more like, you know, like it's gone into the massages and things like that, and actually physical therapy treatments of exercises and general type of movements and stuff. But in the beginning, what his foundation is based on is a guy who says he got the knowledge from a ghost.
Yeah.
He said, I was given this knowledge by a doctor ghost, and I was going to keep it a secret, but now I'm going to release it to the public. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would... And then it's based off of vitalism.
Mm.
It's like, oh, well, there's an inherent type of soul or spark or vital thing within, divine spark within you that needs to be adjusted so that you can be healthy.
I did survive another lap around the nearest star. I am very impressive.
I don't know. It's something that I'm really pissed off about. I don't like the fact that people are trying to promote it as medicine when it's not medicine. You can say it's a cheaper alternative to help you with physical therapy, but you have to be really fucking careful about the chiropractor you actually choose, because like some of them are basically they believe in the whole woo side of it.
Yeah, if you walk into a chiropractic, like, I don't trust chiropractic. I think chiropractic is complete fucking nonsense, and anything that they do pull off that makes you feel better is a happy accident. But if you think that it's legit, that all I can say is, if you go into a place and they say, and here's our homeopathic treatment, walk the fuck out. Because they are a woo peddler. If they're peddling one woo, then they're peddling all woo, and they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. No, not a goddamn chance.
I know it's cheaper, but...
I think that's a big problem with all woo and America.
It's the thing in America, because
of the insurance
chiropractic
system.
is a lot cheaper to have compared to going to a physical therapist.
Yeah.
Go to a physical therapist.
I mean, some people can't. And you know what? If the... Like I called it, it's a cheat code where it might work, it might not. But if you literally cannot afford, because remember we were talking earlier about not being able to afford things in America. It's very common not to be able.
I get it.
If you can't work,
I get to a certain extent. Like, I've had quite bad back pain, and my back is one of my major issues because I have fucking so many bloody conditions. But yeah, and like the idea when you've just constantly been in fucking pain all the time and you can't afford to go see a medically trained one.
Yeah.
I could see why people would go to that.
Yeah. Especially in America, where sometimes it's all that you can afford.
But the only thing I could advise then is just be careful who you go with.
Yeah.
Don't go with them just because it was recommended by like, you have to check them out, see what their procedures are, see how woo they are, because a lot of them are actually just physical therapists now.
Yeah. I do genuinely think that some of them are just physical therapists who've taken on the chiropractic name because it's still got good optics in the US.
Yeah.
And, you can make money off of... But they'll be doing it legitimately. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I disagree with it as a practice, but at the end of the day, I'm not a chiropractor. I'm not a medical professional of any description, so I'm not trying to run a business of that kind. Hey, I just want to say, loved the Sic vid on how to get a job. I still watch it from time to time and get a smile out of it. Love the artwork too. Well, thank you from me, because the writing was mine. And thank you from her.
No, they complimented me.
She says thank you in her own asshole way.
I don't like compliments.
To be fair, though, some of those were pretty funny. Let's not say it was good art. Let's say it was funny art.
It wasn't good art, but...
Was it funny?
It was pretty funny, though.
It was funny art. There you go.
Yeah.
Your art was funny. Can you imagine? Go into one of the major fucking art galleries. There you go. I just walk around and every time you look at pictures, that's fucking hilarious.
Some insurance will pay for chiropractors, but not physical therapy.
Well, that's fucking ridiculous.
Freaking hellscape.
The plural of anecdote is not evidence, and yeah, that's sort of a classic of it. At the end of the day, like saying that it's placebo, I'm not necessarily convinced that it's placebo. I think it's a bad idea. And mostly because, like, they're still yanking on your spine and shit. This isn't like homeopathy, which is absolutely 100% placebo, unless, of course, you need some more sugar in your diet that you're just not getting for some fucking reason. Because the most you're going to get out of homeopathy is a sugar pill. A literal nothing bit of water on a sugar pill, and it's just nothing. Funny art, can't do that. I'm going to try hard. But at least with some things, there are actual effects. Now, whether or not they're good effects, like, you know, MMS, that has an effect on your body. It's not a good one, but at least it's an effect. That's why I find homeopathy so offensive, is because it does literally fucking nothing, and that irritates the piss out of me. But chiropractic is potentially dangerous, and that's the thing. And a lot of it is about, okay, what are the risks? I mean, there are the things that are risk factors. I totally need more sugar in my diet, also caffeine. There are a lot of things that, but they're much more effective than the chiropractic would ever be in a sort of comparative thing. And the risk is basically always the same with chiropractic, unless you have a specific back issue, which is
like we got
reasonably high.
There's chiropractors in the UK, but they're nowhere near as like relevant.
Well, the reason that's the thing. The reason that most woo peddlers aren't relevant here as they are in the US is because you have to pay for it yourself, whereas most other stuff in the UK you don't have to pay for, and that really does help, like, knock woo on its head, because the NHS aren't going to pay for stuff that doesn't work. They want to get you well. They want to get you gone. That's how they fucking work. But chemicals are bad. The chemicals are bad. People drive me fucking insane. The only thing I would
say about osteopaths is it is basically the same as chiropractic, but osteopaths are medically trained.
So, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, is there actually, like...
Because in the history of it, the guy who made chiropractic and the guy, he basically stole a lot of ideas from osteopathy when he was making his thing. Sorry, when he got it from the ghost. And then, and the guy who made osteopathy was like, yeah, but it's kind of like mine, isn't it? But and he got pissed off that this guy was basically trying to steal his thing. So the guy who'd made osteopathy promoted the idea of doctors needing a license to practice, because he didn't want shitheads stealing his practice and using it badly. And it promoted for medical doctors to actually have licenses in America.
I like that. Chemicals are bad, but I'm made of chemicals. Ah!
But then chiropractics basically got on popularism, and they were like, oh, we're fighting against the elites, blah blah blah. And yeah, oh god, I wrote so much fucking shit about chiropractic.
Yeah, there's a video that may or may not ever get released on chiropractic stuff. I mean, you're working on sort of a bigger project now.
Oh, I'm doing my D&D stuff.
This
stuff pisses me off.
Yeah. One of the nut job speakers in London this weekend was a holistic dentist. How does that even fucking work?
Hey? All of the teeth?
How do you know the ghost was... I am assuming it wasn't making it up. Yeah. It's one of the things, it's kind of bonkers. And that's one of the things I say to people who legitimately buy chiropractic, is to just look up the history of it. And I get it that a lot of medicine...
What's the medicine for feet? I can't remember what it is.
Oh, well...
podiatry, isn't it?
It's ped something. Chiropodist is someone who works on feet.
That was classed as an alternative medicine until doctors and stuff tested it, looked into it properly, found out it actually fucking worked. Like, well, I mean, about dealing with feet and how feet, basically about how feet are put together, all the bones, all the ligaments and things like that, and how to fix certain things with feet. And yeah, that used to be... that was classed as an alternative medicine back in the day. But they tested it and found out it was actually useful and then put it into normal medicine.
There's a classic saying, which is everything was alternative medicine, and then they've tested a bunch of it, and everything that worked is now just medicine.
Chiropractic, original chiropractic, definitely obsesses with the spine. The original one was it's all about the spine. And then when people started deviating from the spine and doing other joints and stuff, the creator got really fucking pissy that people were deviating from his original thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
On the chiropody thing, like, I can't believe that used to be... Because sometimes your feet get really fucking gross. People's feet fucking go green and shit starts coming out of it. It's like...
The fuck?
It's not that hard.
I don't know. I can't imagine ever letting my feet
that
get like that.
Well, there's people who will just, like, wear their shoes all day, every day for, like, weeks. And then wonder why they fused with their fucking socks. And it's super fucking disgusting. I mean, there's the war stuff of, like, trench foot and that. Because, you know,
Yeah.
they could never take their boots off and they were always in mud. And, you know, the skin absorbs that shit and it's not good. I fucked up my neck a few times and got adjusted. It helped, but yeah, I don't make it a habit. Yeah. So I like people who are sort of... it's like drugs.
One of the big things, obviously, it might not work for everybody, but one of the big things is, like, because I have a lot of back and neck issues, get yourself a good bed.
Oh, yeah.
And also make sure that you don't either sleep with sloped pillows, not high pillows, where they're all stacked on top of each other. That really fucks your neck up. Or sleep with one pillow, or sleep with, sloped pillows.
Yeah, like if you have
that does wonders for my back, sleeping with sloped pillows.
Like if you have 3 pillows, don't have them all in a row. Have one and then 2 of them like as a ramp,
as lengthways.
Yeah, and that can be quite good. Check out Tobro on YouTube. That sounds fucking horrifying. The trick is to stay barefoot. I mean, I try and stay bare. Not, you know, I'm usually just wearing it.
Our new bed is so much easier to have sex in.
Oh, God, yeah.
The other one we used to sink into.
The support when doing a good sex is just amazing on a firm bed. We used to have cheap, sort of, not cheap, but we have had a couple of second-hand beds. I wouldn't anymore because they're kind of gross. But, you know, you do what you can when you're fucking poor. But you got this ridiculously soft one. And I would just sink right into it. The first few nights we had that fucked my back up. So I've never had that kind of pain. That was ridiculous. And this fucking woman on YouTube had a suggestion and it made it 10 times worse. Oh my God. So much mistake on that one. Firm bed all the way. But like a reasonably priced firm bed. It's the only way to do it. But that's only if you can afford it. And, you know, it was literally one of the first things we bought when we had a little bit more money than we used to.
Yeah, you used to regularly like lay on the floor just to get your back nice.
I still do that from time to time, but I don't have to do it as much as I used to.
You usually do it because the cat likes it when you go on the floor.
Yeah. She goes fucking nuts. The cat's giving us the meow factor, then I lay on the floor with her. And she runs up and smashes her head into mine. It's fucking great.
Oh God, a waterbed.
When I was much younger and still at my mum's, 2 of the legs on my bed were replaced with books. That was shit for sex. Jesus. Yeah. When I moved in on my own the first time, I had a girlfriend, and the silly bitch fucking broke my bed. And it wasn't even in the fun way. She just like sat on it really hard and just went straight through it. I was like, oh, you stupid girl. Oh, I was really fucking pissed off about that. Because I have to fucking sleep on it. She didn't have to fucking stay. So mad. Reflex foam mattress with memory foam topper. Very comfy. We've got like a silent night. Like, I think it's like not the high. It's not the highest firm, but it's like medium firm, and it's pretty good. A cheap trick is to put a sheet of plywood under the mattress. That is something that I did. I had, it was the sort of undershelf of a coffee table, and I put that under my side, and that helped tremendously. I mean, it was still not a great thing to sleep on. The biggest problem with that bed was that I'm someone who, if I stay still for too long, my body starts seizing up and it gets very, very painful. So I have to turn over repeatedly before I can fall asleep. And on that bed, it was like a fucking like those things that you fill up with air, and two of you jump on it and launch the other ones into a lake.
Balloon?
It's like a huge fucking balloon made out of like tarp or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, not good times. Bad times. I definitely like this bed. I was not happy to pay the price I paid for it though. Fuck me. Try buckwheat filled pillows, not wood. I'm assuming that they're solid. I assume that's the thing about it. But I don't fucking know.
Oh god, think of the hay fever.
Best bed I ever had was a 4-inch slab of foam over a sheet of plywood. I mean, the thing about beds is that they vary from person to person. Some people can't have a hard bed. Some people just cannot have a soft bed. I can't have a soft bed. It absolutely murders me. But honestly, a firm bed that has give seems to be a good medium for most people. It's worked wonders for you, and it's
orthopedic.
Yeah. I like sleeping on the floor. I get my best sleep. I can't sleep on the floor anymore, not like when I was a kid. But I've got a firmer bed now, so yeah. It's an air mattress. We have an air mattress, but that's mostly for guests.
Yeah, they get to sleep on the shitty mattress. Even though
It's quite good.
actually quite comfortable.
It's quite good. It's quite comfortable. You have to make sure you fill it like fuck. Like crazy. It's an air bed. I don't know if that's the same thing as an air mattress. I wonder what sleeping in 0G would be like. I imagine that it's fucking nightmarishly hard to get to sleep the first few times at the very least.
Spinning a lot.
Well, no, they belt themselves in.
Oh, right.
They don't just fucking float around the ship, crashing into the sides.
I'd probably be okay.
I don't know. It would either be amazing or it would be
I
don't know.
As long as I had a pillow that I could like hug, I think I'd be okay.
Firm, not hard, much like a penis. Yeah, I have a sleep number set on 5. I'm not sure what that means. But we're coming up on hour 2, and I need to keep working on a video that I'm currently working on. So, yay for me having kind of a birthday thing. But yeah. Got videos coming up. Everything's still in line. Hopefully this whole good performing video thing will keep up. Who knows? That'd be nice. That'd be a nice birthday present to keep the performance up. And if anybody wants to buy me a Logitech G29 racing wheel, I would be really much appreciated. But not that I expect that. That's just what I want for my birthday. But whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to piss off now. And I hope you all have a good time. I will attempt to grow old gracefully. But I'm going to complain about it mostly. Lots of whinging. Got to whinge. You put work into your videos? I thought you just got drunk and ramble incoherently. I ramble very coherently, thank you very much. Secret fact, I don't make my videos drunk. Not anymore. The character is drunk, but the person playing him probably isn't. Although occasionally I will record drunk just because I'm very, very anxious. Many thanks to both of you for advice. See you in the next one. Yeah, you're welcome, and thanks very much. And what time are we on right this sec? Yeah, we've got 20 seconds left, so I'm just going to count us out. Count us out? That's not what I mean.
Bye.
I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for coming. I hope you had a good time, and we will see you in the next one. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. I'm well fucking old. Happy birthday to me.